This is the first home game of the season. What are you looking forward to most tonight against Great Plains FC?
Honestly, I mean, this being a home opener, we're pretty stoked about it. We're just excited to do whatever we've been doing at practice, trying to give something for the fans, because everybody's sacrificing the time to be here. There's some kids coming to watch too, trying to set up a good example, So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We're just excited. We're just trying to bring our A game, trying to raise the level tonight, yeah.
So you guys lost the last game 4-1. What are you looking to tonight to, win this game against Great Plains FC and kind of redeem yourself as you go into the second conference match of the season?
Honestly, without being the first game, we had some rust that we had to shake off, But we worked through a couple of things at practice, lots of video analysis. We've really worked hard to correct what we did wrong on the last one. So hopefully it's down to us, me, the players, to show what we worked on and to make a statement tonight, show where we really belong,
Yeah. So, Derek, using your experience, I know you've played a lot of different leagues in the Midwest. How are you going to use that experience tonight as a captain to kind of lead this team to victory?
Honestly, I'm going to just be me, man. I'm going to just do whatever I can, just try to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's not worth it, So that's always my mantra, and I try to bring that along with the guys too. Yeah, we want to take it serious, but at the same time, we do equally love it. If you don't enjoy it, you don't end up loving it, and there's no point. So that's all I bring. I just try to make it fun for everybody.
Enjoy it tonight.
I appreciate it, man.
Have a good one.
You as well, boss.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grandview High School for the inaugural home match for Southside FC. Tonight, they will face the opposing Great Plains FC, who has played one game in the Midwest Premier League as well. They dropped that game this past Saturday to AFC Columbia, and Great Plains, coming off of a year where they did not lose a single game in 2025. They were 17-0-1. They've been 30-0-5 in their past two seasons in the Select League. And coming over from that league in Kansas to the Midwest Premier League, along with Southside FC, who tonight will play their opening home match, Austin.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Southside FC lost their first game at First City FC 4-1. But they're looking here to come and get a win at home for their first win of the season.
Yeah, and we spoke with Derek Omesa pregame. He mentioned how they're just coming out here ready to have fun, ready to play, not, taking too much stress into the equation. He's a player that, has played all over mid-Missouri, played in Kansas, played in a lot of different leagues, but he will be the captain tonight for Southside FC, and he'll be looking to, take this team to the promised land as they look to get their first ever win in this league. They've, transitioned from the Select League last year in Kansas, and I'm getting ready to tell you guys the starting lineups for tonight. In defense, we have right back Ayub Abengo, Jamie Borjas, Alberto Royas, and Mobastain Testain. In midfield, we have Alexander Ramirez, Derek Omesa, Happy Ayivi, Michael Okiring, and Mateo Roballo. And up at striker, we have Ibrahim Dagny, and in goal, Miles Wydell. And on the opposing side for Great Plains, in defense, we have William Ediger, Simon Esch, Ashton Adrian, Levi Yeager. And in the midfield, we have Ryan Lighton, Cale Williams, Malachi Parks, and Max Leiker. Up at the top for Great Plains, we've got Lucas Porter and Joaquin Wessner. And then back in goal, we have the Japanese man, Yuta Hirano, rounding out Great Plains' side. These teams meeting in the middle of the field tonight. Southside FC will wear the white kits with the orange tops, and Great Plains will be in the black kits that are striped with the gray and white. Both goalies wearing green tonight as we look to set off this inaugural match here at Grandview High School.
Yeah, a lot of the players for Great Plains FC coming from either Graceland University or Benedictine College. So a lot of young players on this team as well, a lot of freshmen and sophomores in college. And they're going to come in here trying to spoil the show for Southside FC's inaugural home game.
Yeah, and not to mention, I covered their last game last week against AFC Columbia. I also broadcast for them. What I saw in that match is they already have a lot of chemistry, and it shows because over the last few years, they've played with one another, they've won together, and they've had the ability to pass with one another for the last couple of seasons. You look at this team in Southside FC, they only have one returning player from last year's roster. So there's not a lot of continuity there, but they're looking to change the narrative on themselves, build that continuity. And another thing that Derek Omesa said pregame was that they had a lot of rust because they had never played with one another. They had never gotten the chance to pass with one another. So they got up to that hot start, got a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then weren't able to continue that throughout the rest of the game. They held it pretty close all the way up until, I believe it was around the 80th minute where they conceded that third goal, because up until then it was 2-1 for most of the game. But the scorecard definitely doesn't do it justice. As close as it was, they did hold possession for a vast majority of that game. But, tonight against a team that has really been strong over the last few years, looking to put their stamp on this one, Austin, as Great Plains will take the right side. They'll go from right to left in this first half, and Southside FC will go from left to right.
Yeah, and one thing that stuck out to me from what Derek Omessa said in his pregame thing is, if you're not out here having fun, what are we doing out here? I mean, we're all out here to have fun, play some soccer, and really, I feel like that's going to help the team chemistry with this squad. He said they did a lot of film review, and should be a lot more prepared for this game than they were the first one.
Yeah, not to mention, a lot of these players for Southside have played all around Kansas and Missouri, as I've already mentioned a few times. So they definitely know what they're getting themselves into. But here we go. It'll be Abraham Dagny to kick it off for Southside FC. And they will wait for the referee to blow his whistle and start this clock. Here they go. Southside FC has officially played their first game at Grandview High School. And it's immediately stolen by Esch. Esch is going to run up the field. They're going to receive it to the middle. Near goal, tripped up right in front of the goalkeeper. They were very lucky to get out of that one. Miles Wydell in the net for Southside FC. Did not see that one coming immediately.
Yeah, it was a good kick out there by Jaime Rojas. He was able to just clear the ball out of the way for a throw-in for Great Plains FC.
Yeah, they're going to want to get off to a fast start, especially if they want to put a stamp on this one. That's a big throw into the box. It's going to go off the head of Joaquin Wessner and into the midst of Miles Wydell. He'll roll it out wide, and Southside will try to play possession now. Getting trapped in that near side corner. He's not going to be able to control it. Alexander Ramirez, the right mid for Southside FC, is going to give it up. But he's going to steal it back at midfield, and they'll look to switch fields to the far side. Joaquin Wessner played a really strong game in Great Plains' previous match against AFC Columbia. He played all 90 minutes of that one and was a really strong force on that right side for their team. And Todd Esch, their coach, whose son is actually the captain as well. So Simon Esch, who plays defense, is the captain for their side. And he's actually going to get that header up to Joaquin, as he'll send it to the left side. Defense calling for an offside call, not going to get it. And Porter's going to lose it. Good defense there by Alexander Ramirez to come back from his midfield position. He'll receive it back, play it back to the back line, and they'll reset with some triangle balls.
Yeah, and on that last play, Max Leiker really was the one who broke up the play from Derek Omessa and got a real stop for the Great Plains.
Alexander Ramirez making a run down this right sideline, really pressured by this Great Plains side, and he's going to get the foul called on him. Looked like originally Great Plains was on his back. Simon Esch, who we just talked about, was all over him, but they didn't call a foul there. Waited till he was turned around, and he committed it. So Great Plains will keep possession and play out of the back now as they volley from left to right. And up the field for Joaquin Wessner, who will be playing that right wing role. Wessner will let it go between his legs, and Ramirez will steal it. Ramirez has been all over the field throughout this first 3 minutes of the game. He's gone all the way from right to left to midfield. And Southside FC's defense will boot that one forward all the way up to the likes of Esch, and Esch will play it back to goal for Yuta Hirano.
Yeah, Alexander Ramirez, known for his responsibility and discipline on this squad. And like you said, he's been all over the field today, trying to do everything he can to get a win for Southside FC.
That ball is going to be played fast and a good through ball. Bad defensive line there from Southside FC, and they were lucky for that ball not to go into the box. Joaquin Wessner was the one that made the run Ultimately got that ball deflected out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in on that far side of the field. Wessner is one of those players you got to look out for. He has the speed and agility to get out in front of you if the back line isn't straight. That time, they'll throw it off the back of their player, cross it into the box. That one's nipped in the bud and kicked out as Great Plains' Simon Esch will pass along the back line. Ashton Adrian back there playing alongside him as the right center back. And Levi Yeager will be back there as well, so that'll round out the back line for them. Great Plains will deflect that one out of bounds, and it will be a Southside FC throw-in 5 minutes into this one. Adrian will boot that one up in the air. It'll go over the head of Derek Osama and into the mitts of Miles Wydell, the goalkeeper for Southside FC. He'll distribute it out wide as Southside looks to get a long ball. They do get one into the midfield. It'll go to Omesa, and now out wide to Ramirez. Southside doing a great job of playing with possession out of the back line so far. They've found the midfield on a couple different occasions, even though Joaquin Wessner and Max Leiker are in there in the midfield trying to interrupt every ball. Here's a few good passes from Southside FC and a miscommunication as a man was running onto it on that far side. It was Michael Okiring, the Kenyan man who would play left mid for Southside FC. He was along that far sideline and thought that ball was going to be going through to him in the midfield. It ended up going out wide and it went out of bounds. Yeah,
it was a good idea by Ibrahim, but just a miscommunication there. There was no one there on the far side of the field.
Yuta Hirano is going to field that one and give it to Simon Esch, excuse me. Now to Lighton, as Lighton looked to find Max Leiker, deflected away by Southside FC, and Porter tried to find it up at the top. Great defensive stand there, bending but not breaking by Destain to get that one out of harm's way. It is going to be a corner kick, though, coming, as we'll see the first corner kick of the game for either side. Great Plains will take it from the near side.
Yeah, Joaquin Wessner and Lucas Porter, the forwards for Great Plains FC, have done a really good job pushing the tempo and have been trying to really catch Southside on their heels.
That ball is going to be played short. It's going to be played back to Lighton. Lighton's going to cross it into the box, and a good job of securing that one as Wydell will control it and throw it out wide on the far side. Quickly to it, William Ediger, who also plays in that right back role. He played left back last week against AFC Columbia, moving to the right this week. You'll see him have a vast majority of the minutes on the back line. He'll get ahead on that one. And the captain for Southside FC, Derek Omesa, will also get his head on that one, distributing it up the field to Ibrahim. And it'll eventually trickle out of bounds as Adrian shields his defender away. Both sides doing a nice job of bending but not breaking so far on the defensive side of the ball. We haven't seen any good chances on the goal, even though we have seen a couple chances inside of the box for Great Plains thus far, especially that first opportunity where we saw a breakaway in that first minute of the game, Austin.
Yeah, we had that quick breakaway. But Great Plains FC has had the ball near the goal a couple of times and have had a couple of shots near the goal and a couple of great saves by Miles Wydell.
And both of these sides are going to want to be playing a good manner on the defensive side of the ball. You saw Southside earlier, their back line kind of tilted. It's supposed to be straight so that you can catch anybody offside that runs on, but they need to straighten that up. That's how they got scored on last week, was on some of those through balls. That time, Porter's going to get past his defender. Alberto Reyes is going to be on the defense, and he'll send that one out of bounds. Good defense by him, but second corner of the game coming for this Great Plains side. They had 11 corners against AFC Columbia last week. Looking to keep that same intensity here at Grandview High School. It's the same man out of the corner. He'll send it in. Good cross, but it's going to be headed away by the captain, Derek Omesa, a flick header. Joaquin Westner on it, defended by 3. He'll lose it. No foul, as a couple players wanted a foul over there. Happy Ayivi was also there. He fell down. He's not going to get it, and Westner will be the man to throw the ball in.
Westner, currently a freshman on varsity at Graceland University.
That's a huge throw into the box. It's going to hit a couple heads, but it is going to be a foul. Right over the top there was Ashton Adrian, who kind of jumped a little bit too high over the back of Jamie Borjas, the Columbia man. And the Southside FC is going to try to facilitate this one out of the back. Good kick, but it doesn't find the feet of a Southside man. Now it does. And that's definitely going to be a foul. Chopped down in the midfield is the captain who we spoke to pregame, Derek Omesa. They're going to hope he's going to be okay. They're pleading for a card to come out here. I don't know if a card will come out. Really hope he's okay over there by the 30-yard line. Just bad tackle by Great Plains FC. Luckily, they didn't get carded.
Yeah, Omesa went down hard on that one, came up limping, and you got to wonder, were they just trying to get the card out of that one?
And Southside trying to find something up the left side. They're going to reboot things and go all the way back to goal. Wydell's going to play it back. And they've got to be careful with it. That one's going to end up going out of bounds. Michael Keering ended up skying that one near side because of all the pressure that came in his face. Some of these midfielders need to drop back and give them some help so they can facilitate up to the forwards. Not seeing a lot of continuity throughout, but that ball is going to be tipped. Problem in the back, and that's definitely going to be a foul and a card coming. It might be a red card. It will be a red card for not allowing a goal-scoring opportunity. That was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and a red card coming in the first 12 minutes of this game. A letdown for Great Plains, that they're going to have to play with 10 men the rest of this game. It was a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Ibrahim Dagny, the striker from Senegal, was in clear open space. And they'll have 11 men to 10 the rest of this game, Austin.
Yeah, that's Levi Yeager right there. And like you said, a clear goal-scoring opportunity. He just grabbed the back of the jersey of Diagne as he had a wide-open opportunity at the goal. And so Levi Yeager is going to leave the game, and he's going to be done for the night.
Yeah, and that's going to provide issues for their back line because he is the center back playing alongside the captain, Simon Esch. So they're going to have to adjust their formation a little bit, probably play one of their midfielders in the back. But, I mean, good call by the referee. It's not allowing a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It probably would have been 1-0 if, Ibrahim Dagny was able to, get a good shot off there. You did see Yuta Hirano come out of his goal and try to get to that one. But nonetheless, I mean, you can't be more happy if you're Southside FC right now. And you still have an opportunity to score here off the free kick around the 25-yard line. 2 men are standing over top of it. Ayivi will be the one to take the shot, and it'll go right into Yuta Hirano's stomach, as he's not going to have to stress about that one. But nonetheless,
playing a man down the rest of this one. Great Plains is not in the position that they wanted to be in before this one, and Todd Esch has got to be shaking his head.
Well, and you got to wonder, would you rather let a one-on-one opportunity or lose a player for the rest of the game? I mean, you're playing 10 against 11 the rest of the way through for the next 75 minutes of this game, or would you rather a one-on-one opportunity where the guy might not even score?
I mean, it's a tough trade-off, but now playing down a man, strength and attrition is going to definitely start playing a factor as we get later into this one. All of the training before this and leading up to this needed to be fruitful, as Ramirez will receive it and play it back to Ayivi. As I'm probably going to see this side probably park the bus a little bit since they're down a man, not wanting to expunge too much energy on the offensive side because they need to drop back and help their defense, knowing that they don't have one of their premier defenders any longer. Porter will still stand at the top. He runs around his defender, but a bad touch will lead it out of bounds. They will retain possession, though, as I think it was off of a Southside player, Alberto Reyes.
Yeah, and on the throw-in, it's going to be Max Leiker. Leiker really been the focus point of the offense for Great Plains. He's been able to get it to Lucas Porter and Joaquin Wessner, the two forwards.
Yeah, and Leiker likes to play that facilitating role. He was the one that got the assist this past weekend on Saturday when they played AFC Columbia. In that 30th minute, they scored. They didn't score the rest of the game. AFC Columbia scored 3 straight. So, looking to get things back on track. As Ryan Lighton will throw this one in. He's got a big throw, Austin. He, on a couple different occasions, he's already thrown it well into the box. He's going to do it again. It's going to go over the head of Max Leiker and almost go out of bounds. Southside's going to save it and boot it upfield. No dice as nobody's there. Joaquin Wessner will field it and get it taken away immediately by a V. As he'll switch it over to the left side, and Diagne, who drew that red card a second ago. This ball is just pitter-pattering around every which way. It's going to end up finding the feet of Wessner. Wessner's going to look back, find Williams, and get fouled in the box. I believe that's going to be a penalty kick given by the referee, the central referee giving a penalty kick right inside of the final 18. And Miles Wydell is going to get challenged 17 minutes into this one. Wow, a couple crazy things happening in this last 5 minutes. A red card on the opposite end. And then now Lucas Porter is going to have an opportunity to score their second goal of the season and their second ever goal in the Midwest Premier League. I don't know how that was called as a foul. It looked like both of the players going at it, but nonetheless, he will have an opportunity to go. Here's the try for Porter. Porter's going to go right and score right. What a goal by him, and what an opportunity after they were let down on the defensive side, getting that red card moments ago. Porter's going to put them up 1-0 in this one, 18 minutes down, and Southside FC caught a break to begin with and then fell lackadaisically on that back end, allowing that penalty to happen. What did you see on that one, Austin?
Yeah, like you said, there really wasn't much contact other than the two players shoving against each other down in the corner. Happened right at the edge of the box, but nonetheless, the ref gave them the penalty kick, and Great Plains leads it 1-0. Lucas Porter, the goal scorer, the junior out of Graceland University.
Yeah, Graceland University, about a couple hours away from here in Kansas City. That ball's going to be played forward through onto the feet of a Yeevee and out wide. They wanted a offside and a goal. A goal coming from Ibrahim Dagny, who got that red card just moments ago off of a bounce, swings his leg and right into the back of the net. Yuta Hirano had no chance to get to that one. That ball went flying into the right corner of the goal, and this game is tied up in a minute.
Flying is the exact right word I would use there. That ball was smoked right into the back corner of the goal. Yuta Hirano tried to make any play that he could on that ball, but that's kind of that side kick from Ibrahim Diagne, and that ties us up here at the 20th minute.
The volley from the Senegal man, both strikers on the board here at Grandview High School, and it's 1-1 your score 20 minutes into this one. I don't think you could have asked for a more exciting last 10 minutes of this one, Austin. Many different things going wrong on the defensive side, and then opportunities nonetheless for both sides. I mean, you know, after all that, Southside FC is still up a man in a tie ball game after that penalty in the box. So both of these teams still have a chance to go ahead in this first half and control the rest of this game. Both teams just have to stay composed. And the captain, Derek Omesa, is going to be talked to at center field. I don't know if he's going to get carded or not, but he decked the Great Plains player. It looked like William Ediger was on the ball looking for a man forward, and he just ran back with a little too much ferocity.
Yeah, and it looks like Derek Omesa kind of just pulled down Lucas Porter, the striker for Great Plains. So I guess that's kind of what the conversation is, whether or not it could maybe be a card, but nonetheless, it's still going to be a free kick.
So it's going to be about from midfield, going over a couple players' heads and into the box. No, taken away by a Yeevee. And Southside FC has numbers if they want them forward. They're going to go long. A really good ball to Ramirez. I don't think he was offside. He was not. He'll have a chance to play to the middle. He does. He'll play it to the goal scorer, and he'll play it forward all the way up to a Kearing. A Kearing with a man on him at the top of the box. Looks to facilitate inside. Looking for Diagne, couldn't find him, and a good stop with a man down in Great Plains defense, as Omesa will receive it and play it to the back line. Omesa, being that center defensive mid that he is, he's going to want to grab the ball from the defense and play it either out wide to the wingers or find one of his strikers coming back. You see an obvious attempt to, really utilize the long ball early on in this one. They've seemed to use the long ball on many different occasions to try to play people through. That one's going to be shot at again by Diagne. He has had 3 shots on goal already in this one.
Yeah, he's been very active as the striker for Southside FC, doing everything he can, trying to just get as many shots on goal as possible. And his teammates are trying to find him.
Yeah, because soccer coaches always want to say, it's important to not only prepare your shot and, getting a pass here and there and connecting with your teammates, but also when you have the opportunity to rip a shot, you might as well do it, because what's the point in soccer if you're not scoring the ball? Speaking of scoring the ball, Porter is going to want to score this one. He's already got one to his name, and he's going to flick that one out of bounds for a goal kick. Good defense there by Alberto Reyes. His second good stand at the back for Southside FC.
Yeah, the big problem there is they're missing one extra player, and it's kind of appalling to say, but I mean, usually they would have 3 guys going up for an attack. Instead, they only have 2, and it's leaving Porter and Westner out to dry.
Here comes Ramirez in space. He's got a couple different options. Now he doesn't have so many with Westner on him. He's trapped by, it looked like Westner got his foot in there and may have tripped Ramirez, but I think he sold it a little bit too hard and the referee wasn't buying it. Center referee is definitely not scared of calling the big call. He's had 2 already, giving a red card and then a penalty inside of the box. So I don't think either of these sides want to mess with him as this game goes forward. Yuta Hirano is very miniature, but he does know how to kick that ball forward with some fire. That one went all the way to the 40-yard line from his homesteading goal. As the ball is going to trickle out of bounds, and Great Plains is going to retain it.
Yuta Hirano also plays for Graceland University. He's from Tokyo, Japan.
And he uses all of his size to his advantage, probably standing around 5'6" or 5'7", as that one's going to, I think it's going to go out of bounds for a throw. As Lighton will be the one to throw it. Booted away by Jamie Borjas. And up to Ayivi. Ayivi threw ball in and tripped up. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. O'Keering had it in space, but Lighton was there to defend him. Looked like he did not get much of the ball, but the referee did not see it at the right angle. He's still down on the ground as Yuna Hirano will check to see if he's okay. But they'll surely stop play for a second to see if he's all right. Michael O'Keering playing up there at the top with the original goal scorer, Ibrahim Daigny. Both of them real contributors to that last goal. One getting it into the box, and then the other one catching it off the rebound on the volley. Luckily, Derek Omesa was fine after that previous tackle that he endured over at the 40-yard line on the opposite side of the field. He's been running around nicely, but I don't know if it'll be the same for Michael O'Keering as he continues to limp. I don't know where the ball will be spotted here for the referee. I think they'll just play it out of the back, and they will. So reset possession for Southside FC as they continue to play around. The field looks completely stagnant right now, but the reason why that is because Great Plains is having to park the bus a little bit, knowing that they're down a man. They won't have the opportunities to go up and attack like they normally would. Like you said earlier, Austin, instead of, I mean, this is a very simplified way of saying it, but it's the truth. Instead of having 3 or 4 players up the field, you now only can have 2, and that's not a lot of options when you're going against a defense that plays 4 in the back and 2 defensive mids who are already going to, clog up the defense. So Tadesh is going to have to find a way at halftime to kind of change the plan up a little bit for his side if they want to get back on the board. Not a good touch there as Wessner is going to end up receiving it, but a bad touch will send it out of bounds as Mateo Raballo will be the one to throw in near side in front of the Great Plains bench. A couple substitutions now for both sides. Coming onto the pitch for Great Plains, Gavin Hundahl will come in at the midfield position. A couple other players as well.
Coming in for Southside, Devin Rushman, number 14.
Yeah, Rushman looking to be playing on that winger role. He'll play that right wing role for Southside FC and replace the injured players.
He's coming in to replace Alex Ramirez on that near side.
That ball is going to be played all the way up to Wessner. Wessner's going to look back, find the other substituted man, who is Mario Salinas, for that ball was shot right at the feet of Miles Wydell. Good job of getting his knee on that one. Right before that, I was talking about Mario Salinas, who came in, number 55, the midfielder for Great Plains. He'll also come in for Todd Esch and his side. But a really good shot opportunity provided by Salinas. He almost assisted that one as the throw is going to come into the box over the head of Wessner and off the head of Salinas. As the new man for Southside rushing got his feet on that one, wasn't able to control it, and it's going to go all the way back to the back line for Great Plains and Gavin Hundahl. Lighton's going to receive it. No, he won't. Tried to one-touch it into the box. Couldn't do so, and Weidell's going to have a goal kick in this 30th minute of play. 15 minutes left to go in the first half for both of these sides. Score tied 1-1 after a crazy 10 minutes of play between that 10th minute and that 20th minute. 2 goals scored and a red card given by this middle referee. One being provided because of a penalty, the other off of a volley for Southside FC and Diagne. Both strikers the ones who put the ball into the back of the net. And both of these sides doing a really good job of not letting the challenges get to them. Wessner will send this one up to Salinas. Salinas back to Lighton, and Lighton to the middle as Porter will receive it at that holding 9 position. Great tackle there, but it will be a foul called by the middle referee. Happy Aviyi got a little bit too aggressive there and pulled at the back of his jersey, so it will be a foul right outside the 18-yard box. Oh, no, it won't. It will be out for a throw-in. Nonetheless, it will be pretty much a set piece because of the way Lighton can throw it into the box. It's almost like a corner kick. I think he's had about 5 or 6 throws thus far. He'll elect to go short to Salinas, back to Lighton, and defended by Rushing. Rushman, excuse me. That ball is going to go for a goal kick, I believe. No, it's going to go out for a throw.
It's going to be Io Abignall on the throw-in on the near side.
Abignall will receive it back and play it up as Rushman, the newly implemented Rushman, will play this one inside over to Ayivi and out wide on the far side as Southside FC looks to create another opportunity, another goal-scoring opportunity. You'll see a lot of the time Great Plains doesn't decide and doesn't elect to go for pressure, particularly because they're down a man, but their style of play right now is parking the bus. You see 2 rows of 4 players, and then you have some midfielders that kind of dodge around. Here's an opportunity to get the ball into the box. Coming all the way from the other side of the field is Rushman, and it'll be deflected out of bounds for a throw for Southside FC.
Yeah, and Rushman, with those fresh legs coming into the game, he's been all over the place. I mean, far side of the field, near side of the field, on defense, on offense as well. He's done a phenomenal job so far.
Yeah, and he'll be the one taking the throw in. Not as high as Lighton does on the other side of things, and it'll go over the head of Ayivi. And a Bengal will take it all the way back, pass it back to Borjas, who is playing center back today. And out wide to the left.
The defense so far for Southside FC has done a phenomenal job. I mean, the only goal being scored off of the penalty kick, which was how we saw it, kind of a questionable penalty kick for Great Plains FC.
Yeah, Wessner's going to play that one forward, and in some space now is Wessner. Good tackle, but Wessner's going to end up receiving it once again. It didn't end up going out of bounds. He saves it from going out for a goal kick. Wessner into the top of the box is going to try to get a shot off. Won't do so. And that ball is going to be deflected all the way up into the air for a goal kick. A really scary opportunity and not a lot of players back for Southside FC. I don't know if it's the attrition wearing in the latter parts of this first half, but it seemed like there wasn't another center back there. Nonetheless, a couple defensive players were able to step back in as we have a couple more substitutions coming into the game for this Great Plains side. Andrew Ward coming in along with Jonathan Young. Young will play in the midfield, and Ward will also step into the center defensive midfield role. He'll be playing on that left side, and Jonathan Young will play in more of that attacking role. He replaced Porter, who had played the whole game thus far and the goal scorer for Great Plains. We've seen a couple of opportunities to get the ball stolen out of the back. Southside FC being a little bit lackadaisical back there at times because they know that Great Plains is down a player. Can't get too complacent, though, knowing that you have the upper hand. Got to get the ball out of the back fast and get it to your midfielders so they have the opportunity to play quarterback and facilitate it out wide. As Rushman will give it to Ayivi. And out wide as they look for a pass in, but the stoic back line of this Great Plains side has not really given up any opportunities despite that volley that they had 20 minutes into this one. Good try by the defenseman to switch fields, but Rushman was not there to receive it at the time, and this Great Plains side will be looking to pass it around the back, a couple triangle passes, and up forward for the newly implemented Young. Young passes it back to the middle for Salinas, and over to Williams. Williams now out wide to Ward, and Ward will pass it back centrally. Young gets a foot on it all the way back to the back line, and Salinas will pass it out wide. A couple good passes, a lot of good possession here. And into the box, saved by the keeper. What a save by Miles Wydell to get a hand on that one. Salinas streaking into the box. What a run made by him, and a bunch of good combining balls to get that opportunity into the box for Great Plains. They almost had their second one on the board, and he's going to take the corner kick as well for this Great Plains side. Todd Esch has got to be happy about what his side is doing, being down a man, clearly being the more aggressive side throughout this last 6 or 7 minutes of play.
Yeah, and they have a lot of fresh legs in there because of the substitutions. We see 2 more substitutions for Southside FC. They're going to stop play real quick. They tried to get the corner kick off before the subs could come in. 23 and 27.
Timmy Falusi and Zachary Latimer will both enter the game for Southside FC.
And Happy Aivi and Mateo Robayo are leaving the game for Southside FC.
So a midfielder and a defenseman for the Southside FC side will hop out of the game as this game enters the 38th minute of play. 6 minutes, around 6 or 7 minutes left until halftime, barring stoppage time. This one's going to be a good cross in off of the head of Ashton Adrian, the defender, the right back for Great Plains. That ball was flicked perfectly onto the back post, but a couple feet wide. And this back line and Miles Wydell will breathe another breath. He's played outstanding thus far, getting his mitts on that one. He even jumped the right way on that penalty kick. Unfortunate he wasn't able to save that one, as Salinas is going to try to receive that one, and it's going to be a foul as the referee played advantage. Got taken to the ground was Jamie Borjas, the right center back, who has played all 39 minutes of this one so far. Usually those center backs stay in there longer than anyone else because they say they're the toughest. But look and see if he'll play the rest of this first half for Southside FC in their inaugural home match in the Midwest Premier League, trying to find their first win in this new conference, in this new year. Great Plains not looking to let that happen. Andrew Ward on the ball, through ball into Young, and coming out all the way out of his box, but an offside call. Young was just a little bit too far upfield, and another opportunity for Great Plains squandered as we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half. Nonetheless, though, Miles Wydell was in the right place at the right time, and he was there to stop it right as the ball entered the box, Austin.
Yeah, Miles Wydell done a phenomenal job so far. Like you said, right place, right time, pretty much on every single play. He's done a phenomenal job keeping Great Plains at bay.
Rushman, who's been an Energizer bunny thus far, will get awarded the throw-in after that one was tapped out by Simon Esch, the head coach's son. He'll play this one back to Falusi, and it'll go out of bounds again for a throw-in. Rushman will be the one to take it from around the 18-yard box. Big throw here, all the way onto the back post. Header, no, and it'll go all the way up to Young up at the top. And that one's clearly going to be offside, as a very, very offside. Mario Salinas was out in space 5 or 6 yards past the last man for Southside FC, and they did a really good job there of stepping up the line and not letting anything go behind them. That's exactly what you want out of your back line, specifically when you're up the field, playing with continuity along the back and keeping that straight line so you don't have players running by you. And they'll try to play along the back as Young will trot, looking to pressure the defenseman for Southside. As a great touch there by Derek Omesa, who's played every minute of this first half as well. Will send it to Borjas. Borjas, long ball up, and Omesa will get his head on it. Salinas tried to steal it away. No good, and Rushman will have the ball back onto the feet of Omesa. He'll look out wide. He's been doing a great job of facilitating thus far from that midfield position. He'll send it back, and Southside will recoup. Couple good triangle balls. Great touch by him once again, as they look to go right now. Borjas over to Diagny. Diagny playing in that right back role now. He did start at the top. Great header to get it out of harm's way for Adrian, but it'll go all the way to Southside FC on that far side, as Diagny will play it up the field. No dice, and it'll go out of bounds again for a throw-in.
Yeah, they were trying to go to Molabestain Thetsane there on the outside. Himino Keering has done a phenomenal job on the offensive far side of the field.
Rushman won't be able to get to it, but he will be the one to throw in. Falusi got it taken away by Salinas, and chopped away as Southside FC is going to be looking to go on the attack. A couple good touches coming into the box now, but taken away. Seems like every time Southside FC gets something going along this near sideline, it's ultimately squandered and stolen away by this strong back line. That time, it was taken away by Malachi Parks in the back there for Great Plains, but a couple players have been formidable back there neutralizing this attack, but not this time. Oh no, I thought he was going to go out and transition. Again, on the attack, Rushman.
Rushman has done a phenomenal job since he's entered the game, mainly on the attack, but he's also played some good defensive sets.
Yeah, and he's not only been good on this near side, he's also done a lot on that far side is a huge touch will be taken.
They're going to call a foul.
They're going
there.
to call a foul. Yeah, I was about to say that, but Jonathan Young is one of the more powerful strikers that you'll see. And you always see those defenders wanting to get hands on that type of archetype and player, knowing that he's probably a little bit stronger and a lot bigger than most of the players out in the field. Salinas will be the one to take this. Mario Salinas, two-man in the wall, in-bending cross there, will go all the way back to the back line as a bicycle kick will kick that one up to Young. Half bicycle kick, I should say. And through the legs of a Southside FC player. Great save there by Borjas to not let that one go any further. And they'll look to work upfield all the way back to Hirano, who we haven't called in a minute. He'll send it all the way back up the field for Young, but the strong Borjas will head it away again onto the feet of Omesa, who gets it stolen. Great Plains in transition now will send it out to the right, but a foul will be called. No, I think it'll be an offside call or a goal kick. Can't tell which. It will be a goal kick, as the last few minutes of this one tick down. Stoppage time coming in this first half for those injured players previously. And a foul will be called on Young as he got a little bit too handsy around that 20-yard line. Southside FC doing a great job of dealing with the pressure and facilitating up the field with the long ball that they love to play. This isn't a team that'll kill you with possession, but if they see an opportunity to go long, they will take it. As they work to the middle with Omesa. Long ball coming in, and it'll get by. An opportunity for Southside FC at the top of the box. Westner on the defense, and he'll get a foot on that one as Yuta Hirano will kick this one far forward. 2-on-2 opportunity. Young is up there, but so is a couple Southside FC defenders, and Miles Wydell will pick that one up and throw it out to the left side, as that is to the end of this first half. A crazy first 20 minutes of this one. We had a red card, a penalty, and then a crazy volley by Ibrahim Daigny. Both strikers getting on the board early, and this game is all tied up in the first match that Southside has ever played in the Midwest Premier League.
Yeah, Todd Esch has got to be extremely happy with how Great Plains FC played in the second half of that first half, given that put in a couple substitutions, and they had a couple opportunities to score, a couple good shots against Miles Wydell there in the goal box. And then if you are Southside FC, you just got to keep working your way up the field and try and get more of those opportunities. I know Ibrahim Diagni has the one goal of the game, but he's had a couple other good shots on goal. So just getting him the ball back and just trying to keep the offensive front on.
Yeah, and Rushman did a really good job near side, being that energizer bunny for this Southside FC side. As soon as he came onto the field, you saw him sprinting from left to right. They'll probably want to utilize him again in the second half. But like you said, a great, save by Miles Wydell to eliminate that second goal scoring opportunity. That'll be it for us in the first half. We will come back to you in just one moment for the second.
Whenever you want to send us back in, we're good. Pop me a thumbs up and I'll be good to go.
All right, we're good. 3, 2.
And we are back here at Grandview High School for the inaugural first home match for Southside FC taking on Great Plains FC as we get set into action of this second half. Yutu Hirono gets that one back out. And a little bit of defense here for Great Plains to start off this second half.
Yeah, Great Plains showed throughout the first half that they really wanted to play out of the back, pass it around, a couple triangle balls, a lot of possession, and then facilitate it forward. But then a wrench was thrown in that when they got that red card, because obviously losing one of your top defenders in Levi Yeager, 10 minutes into the game, you got to kind of switch it up a little bit. So they started playing a little bit more back on the defensive side and then more possession on the offensive end.
And they do have a couple of those substitutions still in the game for Great Plains. Andrew Ward and Owen Dye in the game as a couple more forward-esque players on the front lines. You see Owen Dye has it now, getting it back to Cale Williams. Dye just going to take it back to the coach's son, Esch there, Simon Esch. And that's going to be booted all the way out on the far side, about halfway to the halfway line. And getting it in is Rushman. Rushman with those fresh legs being a sub. Diagne unable to make the play. And Great Plains on the push up near midfield. They're going to get it outside to Wessner. Wessner up ahead, trying to get it to Porter. And picking it up is Wydell, and he's going to slow it down for Southside FC.
And we saw a lot of that from Wydell in the first half. His ability to come out of the goal and, not be afraid to do it. A lot of keepers like to sit back, especially on those long ball opportunities, but not Wydell. And he had the opportunity to grab a few in the first half.
Esch gets it back outside to Ward. Back to Esch. Esch back to Ward. They're just going to slow this down and try to get any kind of crease. They only have 10 players, like you said, because of the red card there in the first half. And a little push over to Diagne, stealing away by Great Plains. That's Williams up ahead to Porter, who's going to send it back. And like you said, they're probably going to park the bus a lot in this second half, being down a defender.
Yeah, and we've seen a clear motive by Todd Esch's team to really play it centrally and then play it out wide, particularly at the end of the second half of the first half. As you said, at halftime, they really picked up the possession, and then, I think they got a little bit more comfortable coming out of the gate. Obviously, a few jitters as Wessner's going to let that one go over his head. He was a little bit offside.
Reyes pops this one up. That's going to be attempted to get a play on it. It gets over to Diagne. And that ball is going to trickle out of bounds. It's going to be off of Great Plains. It's going to be Southside throwing. It's going to be a throw-in. Thetsane going to throw in from the near side of the field. Thetsane out of Mount Marty University. Thetsane gets it in to Omesa. Omesa crosses it to the far side of the field. Abignal, a deep shot. And that's going to be picked up by the goalie, Herreno.
Yeah, they like the long ball, but you can't fall in love with it, particularly when you have time and space. You want to get a little bit further up the field and find those creases, as you mentioned, to send one through.
So we see a light on the far side of the field finally getting turned on as we get into the twilight hours here at Grandview High School. Here in the 4th minute of this second half. It's going to be out of bounds on Southside FC. It's going to be a Great Plains throw-in from the near side.
I actually think they called a foul there. I thought it was out of bounds as well, but it was going to be a foul called. Rushing into the back was Diagne, who scored the first goal for this side.
Hundel's going to send it over to... It's going to send it back to Adrian. It's going to be up ahead, Wessner, fighting for it on the far side against Abignal. Wessner crossing it in. A shot on goal, and it's going to be saved by Thetson. Up ahead, Thetson saves it again off the crossbar and booted out. So almost a goal-scoring opportunity. A couple close calls with a couple crossbars. What did you really see there, Logan?
Almost 2 goal-scoring opportunities. I mean, wow, what a save there by Thetsen to be in the right place at the right time. He knew that the keeper was to the right. Wydell was covering the right side of the net. He covered the left side. He ended up getting a chest on the first one. It deflected out, and Wessner had another opportunity. I don't know if it was Wessner or Leiker who had an opportunity to shoot again, but then it hit the crossbar, and he was able to hit it out with his head one more time. Amazing defense there by Southside FC.
Yeah, and a couple of close calls with the ball being nearly in the goal. As we see Williams gets it up ahead to Porter. Porter, they're going to get it back to Hundal. Hundal and Great Plains, only with 10 players on the pitch. It's going to be booted up down the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a Southside FC ball. What about the 25-yard line for a throw-in?
Yeah, and I'd be surprised if Southside FC didn't elect to put in some more fresh legs in this second half later on, just due to the fact that they do have the advantage in personnel right now.
Rushman up to Latimer. Latimer's going to be tripped up. No foul on the play. It's going to be saved by Simon Esch. He's going to get it to Abignal. Abignal on the far side. Back to Aiva. They're going to get it back to Rushman. Rushman, the fresh set of legs, did not start this game. They're going to get it up to Omesa. Derek Omesa is going to take a shot on goal. It's be saved by Yuta Hirona.
What a save by the man out of Japan. That was a high-flying ball, a great opportunity for the captain, Derek Omesa. We talked to him pregame. He talked about having fun. It looked like he was having fun shooting that ball. That one nearly went into the back of the net, but a better save by Yuta Hirano. And Southside FC is going to get their second corner of the game here.
That's going to be Devin Rushman on the far corner. Set to take the corner kick. Boots it up far. It's going to be played by Boras. He's going to head it for a goal kick. So a little bit, not so much a miscommunication, but kind of a...
Yeah, it's not where you want to place a corner all the way far back, almost reaching the end of that 18-yard box. You want it right along that Bulldogs logo in the end zone, around where that ball was just placed by Yuta Hirano for the goal kick. Unfortunately, it went a little bit too high for anybody to reach.
And that's going to be kicked all the way back to Boras. Boras is going to have to kick it out of bounds to save that ball. And it's going to be Great Plains ball. The first ever goal for Southside FC against First City FC in their first game was off of a corner kick. It was a header by Diagne, and Diagne scoring the one and only goal of this game for Southside FC. Di is going to kick it over to Hundal, who gets it to Lykel. It's going to be up to Porter. Porter crosses it in. It's going to be saved by Reyes. Getting it out, Rushman now on the far side near the 30. Rushman trying to fight back for it. Rushman gets it, and breaking a couple ankles as he does it. They're going to get it upside over to O'Keering. Latimer fighting for it, and let's go back to Porter. Porter now gets it up ahead.
And it will be called advantage. Referee was holding advantage. Rushman was battling with Cale Williams, who was trying to facilitate it forward, but ended up getting a little bit too handsy and put his knee right into the back of Williams. They'll have a free kick from just around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Rushman blew past a couple of defenders on that last play. Owen Dye now is going to send it back to Simon Esch. Gets it to the far side. That's going to be Ashton Adrian. Adrian gets it to Wessner, back to Adrian. Adrian now getting it up ahead. It's going to go to Leiker. Leiker, and they're going to blow it for, I believe, an onside.
Offside.
Offside.
Call is the call. That was a great job by the entire back line of Southside FC to trap them and all go up the field at one time, creating a perfect line. I mean, I can't say enough about the game that Jamie Borjas has played so far. He's been all over the back line, diving on the ground, slide tackling when need be. And right there, he communicated with the rest of his players to, step up so that they'd be called for the offside, and it worked to perfection.
Jaime Boras played at Graceland University in 2018-2019, and then he transferred over to Duquesne University, Division I ball from 2020 to 2022. That's going to be Porter on the outside over to Hundal. Hundal gets it back to Simon Esch. Simon Esch playing that middle role that Levi Yeager played before he got the red card in the first 10 minutes of the game, as we are in the 10th minute here in the second half. Owen Dye now on the near side. Tries to get it all the way out to Wessner. Wessner tries to go against Reyes, and Reyes just kicks that one out of bounds.
Yeah,
Reyes and Borjas are both no-nonsense players. They don't like it when the ball is anywhere near that back line, and they've shown on many different occasions that they will boot it sky high if it comes near them.
Williams gets it outside to Porter. Porter trying to cross it inside. He's going against Thetson, and it's going to be stolen away. Stolen away by O'Keering. O'Keering on the near side, and it's going to be Great Plains FC ball.
Yeah, I don't know how that sideline referee didn't see it. He was standing about 5 feet in front of it, but nonetheless, it will be Great Plains ball, and a throw-in coming.
Throw in from Hundal. Hundal trying to get it in the box. Instead, he gets it to Leiker, who's going to kick it back to Hundal. Hundal playing it near the 30-yard line. Kicks it off of Thetson, so it's going to be another throw-in, and they're going to get it all the way back to Simon Esch and reset the offensive set. Adrian now on the far side at midfield. Adrian getting it back to the middle. He's going to get it up ahead. It's going to be Wessner. Wessner on the near side. Wessner trying to get it against Thetson. Thetson able to steal it away, fighting for it in the corner. Thetson trying to keep it a throw-in. I believe it will be a throw-in. It hit the flag post.
Yeah, it hit the sideline referee, and I think it's going to go out for a throw-in.
It is going to be a throw-in on that near side. They get it to Leiker. Leiker back over to Wessner. Wessner trying to fight against O'Keering, and it's going to be another throw-in for Great Plains. Wessner not going to be on the throw-in for this one. It's going to be Hundal. They get it inside to Wessner, back to Hundal. Hundal gets it inside to Ward. Ward fighting for it, and it's going to be stolen away by Thetson. Latimer loses it. It's back to Leiker. Leiker now fighting ahead for it. Stolen away by Ivy. Inside to Porter. Porter with some fancy footwork trying to get it out. And it's going to be saved away by O'Keering. Over to Omesa, and he's going to send it back to the other side to Abignal. That's going to be Rushman at midfield. Rushman going to be picked up by Salinas. Salinas in the game now. That's going to be booted back and back into the defensive side for Southside. Leiker gets it to Ivy. Ivy over to Diagne. Diagne fighting for it. It's going to be saved by the Great Plains defense. Over to Omesa. Omesa at the 45. It's a two-tie Ivy. Back to Omesa.
Yeah, this is exactly what Omesa wants to be. He wants to be the facilitator as how you play center defensive mid. And he's done everything right thus far. Receiving the ball, playing defense. Here's an opportunity.
Rushman over Diagne. Shot on goal. Saved by Hirano. Right into the arms of Hirano. Diagne, another shot on goal. He's had at least 5 shots on goal this game.
And he scored both of the inaugural goals for this side. Nobody else has touched the back of the net by him.
Ivy right inside to Hirano. It's going to be saved. Another save for Hirano. 2 back-to-back shots on goal here in the first 14 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, what I really like about this Southside FC side is their willingness to shoot from anywhere outside of the box, on the volley, you know, in space. They're always going to attempt the shot.
And Rushman has it stolen away by Williams. I do want to shout out the effort of Great Plains. They've been playing 10 versus 11 for the last 60 minutes in this game. It's going to be booted away by Simon Esch all the way to the defenders of Southside. Boras gets it up to Omesa. Omesa has to get rid of it quickly. It's going to be back to Simon Esch. Esch stolen away by Eva, and back and forth we go. almost a opportunity there for Southside FC. It's going to be booted out of bounds by Abignal.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Happy Aivi. He had about 4 players running, 2 on one side, 2 on the other, with only 3 defenders, but a bad touch ended up going the way of Great Plains, and they'll retain possession.
Hundal tries to get it to Liker. It's going to be kicked away by Williams, and Abignal clears it to the other side of the field. And off the head of Owen Dye, it's going to be a throw-in for Southside.
And they've got to start using their personnel advantage, because playing obviously against 10 men, it's, I mean, it's fairly simple. You're up a player, so you can attack with one more player. You're almost doing a power play like in hockey every single time down the field. So you've got to start throwing some more numbers forward and leaving players like Borjas and Abignal back there by themselves to fend while you attack with some more players.
Rushman, a shot on goal. It's going to be bounced into the hands of Hirano. Almost another save, and a quick throw up to Wessner. Wessner trying to go on the attack quickly. Wessner breaks one tackle, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by O'Keering. Wessner, a little bit frustrated on that play, was able to break one tackle, but was not able to get past O'Keering. It's going to be a throw-in. Hundal taking the throw-in. It's going to be Gavin Hundal, who gets it back over to the middle, back to Simon Esch. And the defensive front for Great Plains FC. On the outside, Adrian playing it, gets it to Liker. Liker on the far side going against Boras. Liker trying to find somebody in the middle, and they're going to take it back and reset the offense. Then cross it over to Williams. Williams far side, gets it to Wessner. Wessner on the near side. Crosses it in. It's going to be almost an own goal off the head of Boras, right into the hands of Miles Wydell. Wydell was luckily able to save it. It was almost an own goal.
Yeah, a little bit of luck there that ball didn't go to the right or to the left of Wydell, because I don't think Boras meant to hit that one directly at his keeper. I don't think he meant to hit it that way at all, but nonetheless, 1-1 is your score, and I mean, the game's still tied despite all the opportunities that both of these sides have had at goal since the 1-1 tie was made between the 18th and 19th minutes.
Aiva now gets it outside to Thetsane. And Southside has done a good job getting it up the field fairly easily. Omesa gets it outside to Rushman. Rushman trying to go inside against Adrian. Gets a little pull. They get it to Diagne. Over to Thetsane. Thetsane shot on goal. It's going to be blocked. Blocked and trickling out. O'Keering going to send it back to Reyes to reset. Reyes now thinks about going up on the attack. Decides to head back to his defensive role. Boras up to Abignal. Gets it over to Rushman. Rushman now up. Tries to get in the Thetsane. Liker. Over to Latimer. Latimer now. Midfield, he has options. Latimer gets it to the far side to O'Keering. O'Keering not marked on that far side. O'Keering over to Thetsane. Thetsane back outside to Reyes. Slow it down. Reyes over to Rushman. As we see 2 players set to sub in soon. Both starters for Southside. Aiva takes a shot on goal. Tipped up and saved by Yuta Hirano in the goal box. As we see 3 players set to sub in for Southside. Looks like Alex Ramirez, Mateo Raballo. As we're still in action here. It's going to be saved away by Boras. Boras gets it to Rushman. Rushman crosses it in to Latimer, and a shot on goal by Diagne, and he boots that one. It was good through the uprights, but just a little bit high above the goal.
Yeah, and you can hear the fans oohing and eyeing because they wanted that one to go in real bad. He had one just like that on the other end off of the volley to score the goal at the start of the game. A couple of players coming in now for Southside FC.
We're going to get Alex Merodian
And the other two players that he just mentioned,
The two starters, Alex Ramirez and Mateo Robayo. And seeing the a little break here in the 20th minute is Boras, Abignal, and Latimer. Latimer did not start the game, but Abignal and Boras both started and have played every single minute so far in this one.
yeah, and Alex Amardian is going to come in on the defensive side. He'll replace the man who's played every minute of the game until this point, Jaime Borjas, at that right center back role. He's a starter for Real Overland Park this past season, 2 goals in the 2025 season. The Nigerian will look to go against Joaquin Wessner, the speedy Joaquin Wessner, who we've seen get off to some, really fast starts with some through balls coming in. He's looking to receive a through ball right here, but
Meridian is going to go into the hands of Wydell. Wydell helping out the new sub in the game by saving that one. And it looks like a little bit more offensive pressure now from Southside FC, putting in a couple players that started out as upper midfielders in this game and taking out some defensive players that have played pretty much the entire game.
yeah, Southside FC likes to play with 2 holding defensive mids. So basically 6 players playing defense.
And that's going to be Porter crosses it in. It's going to be booted up and saved by Miles Wydell.
Yeah, that was our first chance to see the defender, Alex Amardian, and he did a nice job cutting out that attack.
It's going to be booted up ahead and out of bounds.
He put a body on that one. It was going to go to the far side for Liker. Very fortunate that that ball didn't go in a little bit higher, or else he wouldn't have been able to get to that one, and it could have been a 2-on-1 opportunity in front of the net against Wydell. Wydell's been, really sufficient coming into this game, not as the starter, had to pitch in because the starter wasn't here. He's done a really nice job of saving the shots that have came his way.
Porter now fighting for it, and we have a sub for Great Plains coming in, number 19, Malachi Parks, who started the game. Parks coming in for Owen Dye. We see it booted to the middle of the field. Kicked out by Andrew Ward.
Yeah, and Malachi Parks was in the game for a brief stint, but didn't really see him a lot in that first half. We also see a couple more players for Great Plains warming up, about 4 on this near side, including Young, who ended that first half playing striker.
That's saying Rabayo. We're going to get back to Omesa. Omesa kicks it a little bit outside of Thetsane. And on this one, we see Robayo, who has started as the center attacking midfielder, coming in for the left defensive midfielder. So, like I said earlier, a couple of offense for defense substitutions, trying to put some pressure on the Great Plains defense and try to get an equalizing goal here as we enter the 23rd and a half minute of this second half. As we see Porter fighting for it on the near side. Porter kicks it kicked away by O'Keering. Ward back outside to Hundal. Hundal out to Williams. Williams tripped up. And it looks like they're going to call a foul there. So it's going to be a free kick right about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, free kick coming. And I think it looked like for a second there that Cale Williams, is going to take it, but it will be
Hundal.
the midfielder Hundal, Gavin Hundal.
Hundal, the free kick, gets it up and in, and it's going to be saved away by Southside. Rushman gets it up ahead to Robayo. Robayo, and it's going to be kicked away by Malachi Parks. A good job by Malachi Parks there as Great Plains gets back on defense. And if you're Southside, you're going to want to just ease this one down as we see Rushman going to take the throw in. Gets it outside to Ramirez. Back to Rushman. They're going to say it was kicked off of Great Plains. It's going to be Southside ball right about the 40-yard line on their offense. A push there on Ramirez. No call. Great Plains is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and if you're Southside FC, you've got to start playing like you're up a man, because the lackadaisicalness on the top end is allowing Great Plains to just kind of like sit back and not expunge a lot of energy.
Hundal now has it, as it was stolen away there by Malachi Parks. They get it up ahead to Ward. Ward spins back around, gets it up ahead to Porter. Porter on sides. It's going to be tracked down by Thetsane, and Thetsane pushes him in the back.
No foul, though. No foul.
No foul. Are they going to call a goal kick?
They will. I think the thing was, it was almost as if he was looking for the contact there. He kind of dived right outside that box. He was actually the one that scored in that first half off the penalty. I think he wanted another penalty, put one in the back of the net, make his game look a little bit better. But nonetheless, the sideline official was not having it.
Porter, known for his penalty kicks at Graceland University, as they get it up ahead and back on the defense for Great Plains. Malachi Parks now in the backfield. Gets it back to the goalie, Yuta Hirano. Hirano now has it. Gets it up ahead to Porter. Porter, guarded by Thetsane. Thetsane steals it away. They're going to call a foul on Porter. Porter grabbing the jersey of Thetsane. So a free kick for Southside. And like you said just a minute ago, they have to play like they're a man up here in the last 20 minutes.
And in this previous possession that Great Plains had, Yuta Hirano actually got pressured by two Southside players, and I don't think he was used to it because they haven't been applying that pressure for the majority of the game. But you can see this coaching staff discussing some things and now putting some different players into the game for Great Plains, some fresh legs. Young will come back onto the field. He played in that attacking position. Salinas will also come back on, who went in around the middle of the half. Porter will stay up top, though. He'll stay up there with Joaquin Wessner. And it looks like Young will be playing that left attacking mid role.
And there's going to be another foul on Great Plains. So it's going to be another free kick. This one a lot closer on the far side of the field for Southside.
And at the back, Devon Roosterman has also checked into the game for Southside. For Great Plains.
Yeah, and coming in, a Meridian in now for Southside. Meridian, number 31. Up in the clump of people. Rushman. One person on the wall. That's Salinas. Rushman just beyond the 20-yard line. So we get set for this free kick. He has O'Kearing. Rushman gets it up and in, and it's going to be sailed out for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was pretty decent placement, but the fact that the group of players was right at the top of the box, they didn't have enough room to get to that ball in time, but not a bad ball there by Rushman with the fresh legs coming in. You can definitely see the opportunities that are arising because of the new pressure that is implemented by Southside FC. We'll see if that is continued throughout the rest of this second half in the last 15 to 20 minutes of this one.
Adrian gets it upside to Salinas. Salinas tries to get it to Wessner, and they get it all the way back to Miles Wydell as the goalkeeper. And like you said, that pressure has worked wonders for Southside here, just really putting the pressure on the Great Plains goalkeeper, Yuta Hirano. That's going to be up ahead. Salinas fighting for it. It's going to be a good tackle there.
I'm surprised that was a foul right there. It looked like Derek Omesa was in clear control of the ball, and a dive by William Edgar, the defender who's played the majority of this second half, dove at the ground. This is going to be a free kick right outside the 20-yard line. No card given, though. Salinas will be the one to take it. When he came in that first half, he was the one to take all of the set pieces. So I'm not surprised he'll be the one to take this one. I think it'll be about 3 or 4 players in the wall as the referee gives them some space.
Omesa, one of those players, the captain for this Southside squad. Like you said, 4 players in the wall. Betsane and O'Keering in there as well. Like you said, Mario Salinas set to take the free kick. Salinas' kick up. It's going to be headed by Wessner. It's going to be in the corner now. And it's going to be kicked.
It's going to be called offside. I'm surprised by that call.
Interesting. Offsides call on the set piece for Great Plains FC.
I think when he flicked the header on, the player on the very far side was just a little bit further than the last defender for Southside, and sideline referee caught him lacking.
As we see the ball get to the far side, Thetson is going to kick it out of bounds here on the near side. That's going to be Ediger trying to get it in quickly. It's going to be saved away. O'Keering and Alex Meridian gets shoved in the back on that one. Or it looks like that might be Omesa there that got shoved in the back. And that is Derek Omesa.
And Omesa has had a few different conflicts. I mean, even since the start of the game, I think around the 7th minute, he got toppled around the middle of the field. He's had a few times where he's been chopped to the ground, but he hasn't put his head down one bit. I think it just makes him a little bit more competitive.
Up ahead, Thetsane, a nice break of a tackle. And he's going to be inside back to Thetsane. Thetsane gets it to Omesa. Omesa in the middle to Robaya. They get it to O'Meridian. O'Meridian sails that one up. That's going to be Great Plains ball back on the attack. And that's Wessner gets it up ahead. Wessner going against Rushman. Rushman going to get that one out. Tries to plead for it. Wessner gets it inside to Salinas. Salinas now pressured by Robayo, and they're going to get a foul. So a foul on Robayo. That's right in front of the goal box. So very close to a penalty.
I think this time a card might be given. I think it's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, and it will be. You've seen a couple of dives as of late, so originally I didn't know if that one was legit or not, but he does look pretty hurt. I think Salinas will be the one to take it once again. He was the one that got injured on that play, and Southside FC will have 4 in the wall and 5 over at the cluster at the top of the box. This will be a direct kick for Salinas as he tries to put Great Plains up in the last 15 of this one.
Salinas, another set piece. Last one was offsides. Salinas, all the Great Plains players lined up on the box. Salinas, the kick in. It's going to be blocked by the wall, and it's going to be up ahead. That is Ramirez. Ramirez, like a bolt of lightning up ahead. That's going to be kicked up. Hundal now on the attack. Hundal all the way in and scoring. Do they call offside? No, they don't. Devin Hundal with the goal. Southside FC out of sorts. And Hundal was left alone there on the far side and had a pretty wide open shot on goal.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if we had VAR in the Midwest Premier League, that one might have been called back, but the sideline referee does not agree, and the coaching staff for Southside FC is very upset right now. That all the back line players for Southside were up about 10 yards past the last player, but I guess the man who ran on from the far side was still onside, and they just may have lost him. A Meridian is complaining back there with Alberto Reyes. They cannot believe that they just squandered the opportunity up a man as we see some substitutions now. And I think the rest of this game, Great Plains is going to park the bus and sit back. They just put 5 players back into the back line.
and they're bringing in number 12, Ryan Litton, who started this game as defense in for Porter. And Porter, the primary striker who scored the first goal for Great Plains, is coming out to sit on the bench. So a defense for offense sub for Great Plains as O'Meridian gets it all the way back to Miles Wydell, and they look to reset the offense.
And right now they're playing with 4 in the back and then 1 center defensive mid with 2 wingers kind of tracking back as well.
Kind of an awkward play.
Yeah.
Ashton Adrian kind of faking out his goalie. And it goes right into the hands of Yuto Hirano. And you got to remember, Southside still playing 1 man up here in the last 10 minutes of this game. It's going to be headed out of bounds by Alberto Reyes.
And this Southside back line has played great thus far. I think both of the goals that they've had are not really their fault. That most recent one really looked like an offside. It's hard to tell, but again, the first one was off of a penalty. It's really nothing that they could have done differently.
Parks tries to get a shot on goal to Miles Wydell. Aiva gets it up ahead to O'Keering. O'Keering back to Thetsane with a man up. Southside gonna have to go on the attack here in the last 9 minutes of this game. O'Keering gets it back to Reyes. They're just trying to find any opening. Like you said, that backside strong as they boot it all the way up. It looks like Omesa there on the far side, and that's Ramirez. Ramirez trying to fight for it. And on the far side, they're going to call a goal kick, I believe.
Yeah, I think Ramirez wanted a corner kick there, but I think the ball was clearly off of his foot, and Yuta Hirano was just going to tell his team, get as far up as possible. I'm going to send this one to the moon, and hopefully it won't come back to me.
Hirano gets it all the way up. It's going to be out of bounds. A little push there from O'Meridian on Westner. Kind of a odd play. O'Meridian grabbed one of the balls that is on the sideline, and instead Rushman has the main ball as he gets it back into O'Meridian on the far side of the field. Switch it over to Thetsane. Inside to Omesa. O'Meridian up ahead, trying to get it to Rushman. Rushman going against Litton. Litton headers it out of bounds. So now Southside has it inside, deep inside Great Plains territory.
Yeah, and the one discrepancy that I would have is I'd like to see Omesa be the one to distribute the ball. The back line hasn't been super impactful sending that long ball, but when the midfield has had the opportunity to grab the ball, they've been doing a nice job of sending it in.
All the way in, headed out by Simon Ish. It's going to be up ahead to Thetsane. Thetsane now fighting for it. It's going to be stolen away by Great Plains. Fighting for it is Omesa. It's going to be stolen away by Reyes. Reyes now saves it on the inside. Another good touch by Reyes. Reyes now on the offensive side, tipped away by Ashton Adrian. So another throw-in deep inside Great Plains territory for Southside as Robayo gets it back out to Thetsane. Omesa. O'Meridian now on the far side. Cross it over to Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get it past Young. Ramirez gets it back to Rushman. Rushman now going to the middle of the field. Rushman shot on goal, well over the goal. And now, in the last 6 minutes of play, what do you got to do here if you're Southside, if you want to score this equalizing goal?
Well, if you're coaching Southside FC, I would probably send, one of my backline players probably play more 3 in the back, which is what it looks like they're doing right now. They're leaving Alberto Reyes back there with O'Meridian and then letting their right and left back kind of go up a little bit further than normal. But I would definitely like to see them play a little bit more possession and kind of sit their back line around the 50-yard line just so that you have that baseline for players to pass back to if need be. But I think Omesa is going to have to be impactful, particularly distributing the ball. if they want to get something up the field on a long ball into space somehow.
My question for you is, at what point do you sell out entirely on offense to try and get this equalizing goal? Because you are running out of time with only 5 minutes to go here in the second half.
Well, in this league, there is goal differential, so you don't want to get too crazy, but I would say along the last, 2-3 minutes of this game, obviously there should be some stoppage time given due to all the fouls that we've had right outside of the box, but I'd probably like, some more aggression within that last 2 to 3 minutes, that crazy aggression that you don't really see that often. Maybe some substitutions to get some fresh legs on. We'll see, though, as we enter the last 5 minutes of this one.
And that one was booted all the way to Yuta Hirano. We are in the last 5 minutes. Hirano arguing with Diagne and the official. Time going off the clock now. Hirano tips it up. Diagne, pressure on Hirano. Hirano falls on it again. Hirano now telling his man to get back. Boots it, kind of an awkward kick. Ivy trying to make a play on the ball. Ashton Adrian gets it up ahead. That's going to be played by Salinas. O'Meridian over to Omesa. Ivy now. Happy Ivy. Be a lot happy if you get a good goal here. Good shot on goal. Ivy has it tipped away by Malachi Parks. Simon Ish up ahead. It's going to be tipped away by Reyes. Back ahead to Thetsane. Thetsane now deep inside Southside territory.
Yeah, and what they need to start doing right now is attracting honeybees to the hive and passing it to the midfield so that you can be surrounded then by these Great Plains defenders and really attract players up the field so you can send it long. The name of the game for them has been sending it long, as that ball is going to trickle all the way out of bounds. No, it's actually going to stay inbounds.
Diagne saves it. Gets it past Adrian. That's going to be headed to the goalie. Does he play it inbounds? And it's going to be a corner kick. A corner kick for Southside in the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, and if you remember, that's how they scored the first goal in their previous game. This is the third corner of the night for Southside FC. Let's see if they can make use of it. Everyone is up the field except for the last two players for Southside FC.
Omesa set to take the corner kick. Omesa up in the goal box. It's going to be up ahead, open box. Diagne kicks it out, and they're going to say it's going to be a goal kick.
And Yuta Hirano came out of the box looking like Superman. I mean, he was a jolt of energy coming out of the goal. Got his hands on it for a split second, but it went right over the head of him and ended up at the feet of Diagne, looking to put his third goal of the season up. Couldn't quite control it, and we'll have a substitution here in the final remaining minutes of this one.
Coming in for Thetsane is Harrison Hellfetcher.
This is the first time we've seen him today. He'll be on that back line. I wouldn't be surprised if he went up along with some of his teammates here in the last 2 to 3 minutes of this one.
Hirano gets it up. Hellfetch making a play on it. Omesa backing away from it. Young now has it. Young on the outside going against Rushman. Young crosses it back into the middle of the field. Young trying to go against Omesa. Stolen away by Rushman. Omesa now has it. Omesa has it stolen away by Young. Edgar over to Rushman. Rushman now. Oh, a kick into the face of Young. And up ahead, Westner has it. Westner shot on goal just to the right. Just wide right.
And I am very surprised that that one wasn't called offside, because he was about 2 feet in front of the last defender in Helfrecht who just came into the game. Luckily, that one didn't go back into the back of the net, where Southside FC would be down another point.
Rushman up ahead. Omesa now has it. Omesa fighting for it, trying to fight through two defenders. Diagne's shot is going to be blocked away and cleared out by Ashton Adrian. A good clear there. Running out of time. O'Meridian over to Helfrecht. Rushman now, far side of the field. Kicks it up. It's going to be blocked by Young. Young headers it. Young Oh, stolen away by O'Meridian. O'Meridian outside to Robayo. O'Keering now. Back over to Helfrecht. Helfrecht over to Ivy. Back to Helfrecht. You're running out of opportunities if you're Southside. You got to do something soon. Robayo gets it over and kicked out of bounds by Malachi Parks.
Yeah, we're going to enter the last minute of regular time. Who knows how much stoppage time there will be, but probably around 3 to 4 minutes left for Southside FC if they want to put a stamp on this one.
Robayo on the throw-in, trying to get it in. Gets it to Ramirez. Ramirez, as we see a couple hands up, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. That one was out on Ramirez on the near side of the field. Hit the goal line. Yuto Hirano going to be set for the goal kick. Again, in the last 5 seconds here of actual time. Wondering how much stoppage time there will be. Hirano's kick deep. O'Meridian fighting for it with Wessner. Flechter gets it deflected. O'Meridian now fighting for it. O'Meridian gets it up ahead to Omesa. Omesa now over to Diagne. Diagne on the attack. Up ahead to Reyes and saved. Saved by Hirano.
Yeah, and these are the type of chances that they need to have. They just need to have a little bit more bodies up the field. You're up a player, you can afford to have 1 or 2 of your defenders come up the field. It's going to go all the way back to Wydell. Let's see if he can do something, bring it up the field. But
Flechter now.
You're running out of time if you're Southside FC trying to equalize.
Diagne trying to fight for it at midfield. Diagne gets it back, gets it over to Rushman. It's going to be kicked away by Wessner. Wessner saves it. It's going back to O'Meridian. O'Meridian over to Robayo. Robayo on the near side, fighting for it against Ediger. And it's going to be out of bounds on Robayo. Ediger gets a crucial stop on the near side of the field. And Great Plains is going to take their time here on this throw-in. Ashton Adrian throws it all the way down the field. It's going to be headed by O'Meridian. Robayo headers it. It's going to be kicked around. Salinas trying to play it. Robayo now has it. Robayo gets it up ahead to Diagne. Diagne inside to O'Keering. Nobody there, just past O'Keering. That one's going to be booted almost into the stands.
Yeah, and you can see the referee pausing his clock every time the ball goes out of bounds.
We are in the waning minutes of this contest. Reyes fighting for it. The defender stolen away by Ediger. It's going to be booted all the way to the far side to the goalkeeper, Miles Wydell. Wydell now up ahead on the far side. A big boot over to Ramirez. Ramirez trips over while he
It's going to be a foul. Oh, and this will be a definite card, a yellow card coming for wasting time. And Ramirez is still down on the ground. I think he'll be okay, but nonetheless, it will be a set opportunity along the 30-yard line for one last set piece. Goalie is forward. Here comes Miles Wydell and the rest of the crew. Only man back is Helfrecht.
This is your set piece right here. This is the play that defines the entire game of the inaugural home opener for Southside FC. It's going to be O'Meridian on the kick. All but 2 Southside players lined up on that goal line. 1 player as the wall. That is Salinas. O'Meridian now at the 30-yard line. Drop your best set piece. The kick up ahead. Headered, kicked away by Hundal. Headered again by Young. Robayo gets it back, and it's going to be Great Plains ball, and that's going to end the game. So Great Plains FC comes all the way into Kansas City against Southside FC and picks up a win in the inaugural home opener of Southside FC. Great Plains winning it 2-1.
Yeah, this was Great Plains' first ever win in the conference. This team coming over from the Select League in Kansas last year. They had a really strong last year, dropped their first game to AFC Columbia and redeemed themselves here tonight against Southside FC, going down a man in the first 10 minutes. You didn't think that it was going to be possible for them to fend themselves the rest of the game, but not only fend themselves, but to actually score a goal, even though it looked like an offside. And, you know, maybe some of the backline players have some discrepancies about that. Still a admirable home game in their first ever home game here in the Midwest Premier League Conference. Both sides played a, really nice brand of football, but that's going to do it for us. My name is Logan Parsons.
And I'm Austin Yamnitz.
And that's going to do it for us here in Kansas City, Grandview High School. Goodbye and good night here from Grandview.